Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, we're going to be going over how to get more kills and high kill games in Fortnite Season 5. If you've watched my channel for really any amount of time, you would know that going for high kill games is pretty much the main thing that I do on Fortnite. I've always found that the most fun way to play the game, and I know that there are plenty of other players out there that do the same thing. The good news is, this Season 5 update actually made a lot of really good changes when it comes to getting high kill games, so we're obviously going to talk about all those changes in this video, as well as the literal exact route that I use to get almost all my high kill games in Season 5. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so when it comes to getting high kill games, or just getting a lot of kills in general, the most important part is always going to be the start of the match, and more specifically, where on the map that you choose to land. In some seasons, there's an obvious most stacked landing spot, and in other seasons, it's a bit of a struggle because there's really no clear most populated landing area. Well, as I'm sure most of you guys are aware of by this point, that isn't going to be a problem in Season 5 because they added a quote-unquote new POI named Salty Towers, but it's pretty much just the old Tilted Towers. You have most of the main buildings with Bertha, Corner Brick, Clock Tower, Tacos, and the double building next to Bertha, but then you also have some of the houses from the old Salty, which can be pretty solid as well. So this is basically the perfect stacked landing spot because it checks off all the boxes of what you're looking for. It has a ton of total chest and loot spawns because there's so many different buildings in the town. It's probably the single most central town on the entire map, and it also has the nostalgia factor working for it as well, where a lot of people want to land there just because it kinda reminds them of old Fortnite. So it isn't that you can't get any high kill games without landing at Salty Towers, and honestly landing just outside of it and then rotating in to clean up kills may be a pretty smart move as a whole, but the easiest path to high kill games is always going to be starting off with 5+ kills in your opening town, and Salty Towers definitely gives you by far the best opportunity to do that. Plus, what's awesome about Salty Towers is, as I said, it's basically the most central location on the entire map, so you have a lot of options of what you can do next once you clear it out. However, what I do most games is immediately rotate east into the desert area of the map towards the 0 point. Now, there's 3 different reasons why I love this area of the map so much and why it's perfect for getting a lot of kills in general. First off, you have guaranteed mobility here in 2 different forms. The first option is picking up the crystals that allow you to constantly teleport forward over and over again for 15 to 20 seconds or so, and there are just tons of those in that area. Your other option is to just allow yourself to sink into the quicksand and travel around as a little pile of sand until you find somebody. This not only allows you to travel at double the normal speed of sprinting, but it also makes you much harder to spot and hit, so you're also safer while traveling around that way as well. The second reason why I love to rotate towards the desert out of Salty is because there's actually a bounty location in the sheriff's office just west of Colossal Coliseum. Earlier, when I hinted toward changes in Season 5 that make high kill games easier, this is probably the #1 most important factor by far. Fortnite basically shamelessly stole the bounty system from Warzone, which was hands down my favorite part of that game. All you have to do is walk up to one of the NPCs on the map that allow you to do bounties, and there are a lot of them, and as soon as you accept one, it'll give you a player that you need to kill, and I believe 6 minutes to do it, and that entire time the general area of where that player is will live update on your minimap. It isn't going to show you exactly where they are down to like the exact coordinates or anything, but if you just go to the middle of the circle they give you on the minimap, 9 out of 10 times you're going to find them within a few seconds, and now you have a fight. Plus, it's also valuable because it gives you a slight advantage in that fight as well. Obviously, the enemy knows that they're being hunted, but they also have no idea where you're going to come from. So since you have a pretty good idea of where that player is at all times, you can choose to push from a certain direction or landmark on the map that's going to give you an advantage in the fight before it even starts. Now, of course, you don't have to use the exact same route or even bounty location that I do, but I can't emphasize the importance of these enough. When it comes to getting high kill games, half the battle of course is going to be winning the fights that you actually get into, but the other half is just finding the fights in the first place. In the last 2 to 3 seasons, due to the lack of super interesting POIs on the map, I would have tons of games where I would walk out of my starting town with 5 to 6 kills feeling really good, and then I wouldn't even find another 5 to 6 enemies for the entire rest of the game. That problem is legitimately almost fully solved with the addition of bounties. There's no limit on them, you can get new bounties from plenty of locations all across the map. If you're going for high kill games or just super action-packed games in general, you really want to be farming bounties over and over again as much as possible. The only negative is you don't really get any kind of reward for completing them except for stupid gold, which I still don't really get the point of, but at the end of the day, any kind of reward would just be a cherry on top, and for me, bounties have really brought back a level of fun in Fortnite that I haven't experienced in a while. The other reason why it's imperative to stick around the middle of the map for high kill games is because this season more than ever, it's just an insane hotspot in general. Like, I know I just hyped up bounties and how important they are for finding players, but in Season 5 so far, since I basically just patrol the middle desert area of the map, I've had a lot of games where I've gotten fights pretty much 24/7 without even using a single bounty. There are about 5 to 6 different towns surrounding that central desert, and a lot of them are pretty popular landing spots. Just to name a few, you have Colossal Coliseum, Lazy Lake, Pleasant Park, and Hunter's Haven, so of course you're always going to have at least a couple players from those towns rotating out shortly after landing. Plus, the 1/2nd zone usually forces players in at least 2 to 3 of those towns more towards the middle of the map as well, and then when you eventually do need to rotate out of the area, you can just use the 0-point rift that's smack dab in the middle of it to get into a nice spot for the next zone, and maybe even land on or stormhold a team to pick up a couple extra kills in the process. So as much as I'd like to, I can ensure that you get every kill possible when you do find a fight, and honestly I don't think anybody would be able to teach you how to do that in one single video, but I really believe that the strategy I presented to you in here will at least guarantee that you get enough fights for high kill games, or just get as much action as possible in a game, which is still really fun even if you lose some of the fights along the way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down in the comment section below. I want to know, what is your highest kill game either so far in Season 5, or just in your entire Fortnite career in general? I think my highest in Season 5 is 24, and my career is still 38, and probably always will be. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.